You ready? All right, I have another Kingdom Life hack for you today, and that is to be willing to accept no. Okay, so I just wanted to walk you through this idea that is huge in the life of a kingdom person. You have to be able to accept no. So as you're praying for things to happen in your life and for Papa to move in your life and to create abundance, to create prosperity, to create change, to create, movement, which is what I crave so much, you have to be able to say no. You have to be able to be willing to accept no, okay? So if you want His will done in your life, you have to be willing to accept yes, and you have to be willing to accept no, and the consequences with what goes with each of those, okay? So pretty huge, pretty mature concept to get, especially when you come up against something where you now have that desire really burning hot in your heart. So let's say, let's take my example from my life from this past week. Found a house, really like it, really like it. Like, I saw it and I basically went through it in a blur, because I knew if I looked too closely, I was going to be tempted to fall in love with the house, and I was going to grab onto the house, and I wasn't going to be able to let go easily. I knew that the more I looked at it, the more I considered the wonderful things that this house would bring my family, the more I was going to hold on to it being the provision instead of Yehovah. So the last thing that I wanted to happen, because I really want movement in my life, and I know that He is much more concerned with the state of my heart and the quality of our relationship versus giving me what I want, okay? So not that He doesn't want to bless me with good things. He does, absolutely, but He also wants to make sure that I'm walking a mature walk with Him. So a mature walk will basically say, I like that, Papa. I'm going to lay that at your feet, Papa. I want that, and I am going to let you know that I want that. But in all reality, I'm not you. I don't have your vision. I can't see yesterday, today, and tomorrow. I can't see from the bird's eye view that you can. So I trust you. I trust that your sight is much better than mine. So I'm going to pray your will over mine. And you do that every few minutes. Okay, when you're in the process of change, when something is coming into your life or you're having to make some sort of movement or some sort of call, whether it's with work or school or move or friendship or whatever it is, or something you're doing, and you need Him to do something for you, this is a mature way to handle it. Mature way says, your will over my will. Mature way says, yes, Papa, I really like that. Yes, but your will over my will. And I'm going to lay that at your feet over and over and over throughout the day. And I'm going to not hold on to it so tightly that I can't let go of it. So I'm going to be able to accept a no and the ramifications that go with the no. If there is a no, then I'm going to have to keep looking for a house. If there is a no, I'm going to have to look at a different area. I'm going to have to postpone I'm going to actually have to sign the lease where we are and stay a little longer, pay a little more money. If it is a no, I'm going to have to let go of what I think was the best thing for my family, because I'm going to let your will trump and surpass my will. But the ramification of yes as well, I'm going to say, if He says yes, that's what I think I want, I'm hoping that is what I want, and I'm going to go, wow, okay, so you said yes, great. Okay, so we can work this through, and all the things that are going to happen there for us, it was a yes, and so it means that the next 3 weeks are going to be incredibly intense. With the move and getting everything in line and making sure that everything follows through, all the hoops are gone through, and that we get to the end, to the table where we sign. So, and even in the midst of all that, there is this process of still letting go. It's like, there's still so many hoops to jump through. Things could go wrong. Other things could happen. So there's this thing that says, in a mature walk, I'm going to hold on to Papa. I'm going to grab onto him. I'm not going to grab onto the thing. I'm going to lay it at his feet. I'm going to let his will surpass mine, and I'm going to be able to accept a no and still love him and still understand that he is good and that he loves me and he wants the best for me. So, and then also if he says yes, there are ramifications with that as well. So anyway, that is my kingdom life hack for today. Super important as you go through life, and there are choices to be made and different things that you're doing and places that you're going and things that movement that you want to happen in your life. To be a kingdom person, this is a huge thing, absolutely huge. Letting go, letting go, letting go. Lay it down, lay it down, lay it down. Give it to him, and be willing to accept no and still like him and still love him, knowing that his heart is good towards you. That's huge. If you can do that, you are a mature person. You are a mature walker. And if you can do that repeatedly over and over and over, that's huge. And remember, whatever it is you're dealing with right now, lay it down, give it to him, and do it like minute by minute, hour by hour. I had to do that last week. I had to constantly, just constantly lay it down and go, okay, I'm willing to accept no. I'm willing to accept no. I don't want to. I really want this house, but I'm willing to accept no. And then I just wouldn't dream into it until he said yes. Now I'm dreaming into it. Now I'm like, oh my gosh, he said yes. So I'm like, oh man, we need a little white carpet. We need this, that, and the other thing. Now I'm dreaming into it. But not until he said yes. Okay, that just makes it easier to say no, or to let go. It makes it easier to walk away if you don't dream into it until he says yes. And then if he does say it's yes and you dream into it, then it's his problem and he's going to have to pick your heart up off the floor. But again, you just want to make sure that you don't hold on to that thing, that you hold on to him. And whatever life hands you, whatever change ends up happening, and you're confident that it's you and him again. You and him will make that, whatever choice it is, whatever crossroads it is. There's crossroads all the time. Crossroads. There's always a choice. This right or left, everywhere you go. You take a right, you go this way, and then there's another right or left. And then you go this way, there's another right or left. So just knowing and being confident in him walking with you through each one of those choices, that's huge. That's a mature walk. So, my kingdom life hack for you today. Shalom.